Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Suikoden 2 walkthrough. Alright, so we're back in North Window. Stupid bag of flesh. Okay. Alright, so now that we've got the Star Dragon sword in tow, we can actually enter the castle here. So keep in mind there's, or basically all the treasures in here are one time, and they won't be available after. Pretty common theme for this game to kind of, lock out areas, I guess, or not be able to return to areas later on. So again, make sure that you grab this stuff now. Now that fire crystal, meh, that can be actually purchased. So not too big of a deal there if you don't pick that up. But I think there are a couple of actually pretty important. I think like a stone of magic defense or something like that, and there's only a couple of those spread throughout the game. So again, actually pretty important to grab that now. Those things are actually kind of interesting, and by that I mean there's only a few of them throughout the game, and as far as I know, no monsters actually drop them. So yeah, there it is, Stone of Magic Defense. So again, kind of interesting because they really don't do much for your stats, but there is that glitch, where you can, basically just use them on your characters and die, and then click the whatever retry option or whatever it is. And the items actually go back to your inventory, and you retain the stat bonus. So I don't want to say that little bug or glitch was intended, but maybe. I don't know. Just saying. Okay. So this room, you have to push that left statue, which... Ooh, Darkness Rune. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. The Darkness Rune is interesting. It's one of those runes that... not only damages the enemy, but it actually heals you at the same time. So actually, sort of useful, to be honest. Kind of like it. The actual damage on it isn't going to compare to something like the Lightning Rune, for single target by any means. But normally, it's a multi-target rune. So a lot of the abilities there are multi-target. So, kind of nice, or at least situationally nice. Obviously with the runes in general, you're not going to make much use of them, I would say, in general, for your trash fights or leading up to a boss. So, but I don't know. Again, if you need a little bit of healing or whatever, if you're right towards the end of a dungeon, then cool. But all right, what are we doing here? Okay, I totally missed what ones we actually needed to light there to get in here. So that's my bad. There's another blue ribbon, though. Those are nice. Females only. And I shouldn't say that. There actually is a male. I think there's one male character that can equip those. But, makes it so that you can't be targeted. So kind of interesting. Kind of interesting item there. But anyways, alright, so let's... Okay, chainmail. Meh, junk. This is garbage. Probably could have just left that in this chest, but trade in for that for the shoulder pads. No, this is not. Oh, we have a winner. That's actually an upgrade for Freed. Wow, that's pathetic, man. And then here's a necklace. The necklaces are, I believe, only usable by the kobolds. I think, maybe kobolds and wingers. I don't remember. But not something that I'm going to bother with too much. I don't typically use any of the classes or any of the characters that actually can make use of those. So it's likely that will be sold to a store. Alright, here he is, the big baddie Necklord himself. And I don't think we fight him right here. We fight something else. Because he is a coward. Alright, we've been I've been waiting for you, Victor. Is that the Marley boy? So glad you came. Time is running out. Get ready to die. Yeah, let's do that. Oh. What? Did you just summon that person through it? This looks like a tile floor. Now, that's a real power, okay? I mean, Star Dragon Sword and the Marley family secrets, whatever. That dude just summoned a corpse through tile. So, good luck. Okay, anyways. Oh, this is Daisy. All right. Pushing up daisies. Alright, so I assume this is supposed to be someone that Victor knew from his, whatever, childhood, or somebody probably that lived in town, something like that. A lost loved one. Victor here isn't stupid enough to be fooled by your little drama. Yeah, okay. I don't really know what was going on there. Yeah, apparently the Star Dragon Sword doesn't like being called a pal. Okay. Okay. He'll be back, Victor, and that he will. Okay, so this is the, I think this is the Abomination. Yeah, Abomination. Let's see here. Let's start out with, I guess, I don't know that Battle Oath is really needed. Most of my characters that I'm going to be doing much melee damage, actually, yeah, all of them, really. I guess, okay, so Ellie's got a sort of worthless water rune, so actually, she actually will be using melee attacks, but I don't think that a first turn Battle Oath is really worth it. Normally I would use that, you know, if anybody needed to be berserked, but sometimes you can't really count on it anyway. You know, it's, I don't know what percentage chance it is, but obviously it's not able to always berserk your allies. There, it looks like silence actually landed on this guy from Victor's weapon. I don't know if that was useful at all. I don't think any of this guy's abilities are actually, you know, considered magic attacks, but who knows. And then Khan there has the, I think that's, is that the Resurrection Rune, I think? And, boy, that spell, what was that, 1200 damage? That is good stuff. Probably a decent idea to use Battle Oath now. We took a, you know, obviously this thing's got some pretty nasty group attacks, so. Yeah, Resurrection Rune. Just like the name implies, if any of your characters are actually knocked out or, you know, hit 0 HP, the Resurrection Rune can actually bring them back to life. There, I got lucky there. Ellie got actually berserked. So, I don't know if I'll make use of that or not. Maybe maybe one attack before she starts actually healing. Yep, there we go. 130 damage. As opposed to, what, like 80? So, big wins. Oh, wow, that's pretty pathetic. Okay. Boing. Pretty weak. Okay, everyone's sort of healthy. Probably can afford to do a family attack again. Oh, we're going to do a kindness rain, though. Probably makes sense. And we'll scold this abomination, because everybody knows that abominations respond to a good scolding. Okay. God, I hate Freed. Stop being so worthless. Oh, and he makes the kill shot. Makes me look like a fool. Alright. Let's get out of here. That was sad. Who gives Freed the kill shot? I mean, honestly. Pretty crummy work there, guys. Alright, yeah, we should go back to South Window and give our report. Yeah. And here Khan takes off. We will actually recruit him later on, much later on. If it wasn't obvious, this isn't the last time we're going to have to deal with Necklord. Oh, look at that! We don't even have to go back to South Window. Everybody just showed up. No, that's why. Alright, so South Window has fallen. And Lord Grandmire was killed by Solon G. Probably not saying his name right, but it's probably like Solon He or something like that. The J's probably silent. Just after you left South Window, we were attacked. Grandmire. Ah, yeah, okay. So this is way earlier on when we're having the discussion with Annabelle, and she says something. Actually, I think she might be. Yeah, she was talking to Victor. Now that I think about it. So she's saying, you know, sometimes when I think about all the fighting, I think that we should just surrender and not, not fight. Well, that's exactly what Grandmire did, and they killed him. So, you know what? Probably wasn't the way to go. But all right, so it's maybe obvious, maybe not, that this castle here is now going to be our home base. Because, typical Suikoden fashion, that's what happens. You end up with a, castle somewhere, which is cool. Who doesn't want to live in a castle? I mean, let's be real here. But, okay, anyways, strategy is needed. And with the right strategy, we can win. And, alright, so Apple says that she is not up to the task. And, so we need to recruit another strategist by the name of Shu. Okay. Alright, so we need to go back to Radat. Obviously, we've already made a trip there once, but didn't really have much to do there, short of, trying to get lucky and buying a couple, what was it, speed rings or something like that? But, alright, so who else are we going to take? Looks like Nanami's forced into our party here. Let's see, who else are we going to take? Who are the lucky contestants? Wow, I just realized how pathetic our recruitment numbers are right now. We've barely got anybody. So I'm like towards the end of the game, and actually I have everybody recruited on my playthrough. So feels bad, man, to go back to these initial whatever handful of maybe 20 characters or whatever we've got. So all right, so this looks like this is the lucky crew here. Got some decent frontline fighters. I really like Anita. I like her rune. Later on, she actually does get a second rune slot, so usually I like to toss a Fury rune on her just to really do some damage with that Falcon rune. And Humphrey, solid. He's pretty bland, I guess, personality-wise, but I mean, he's got a level 12 weapon, so it's kind of hard to pass him up. Ellie, I don't know. To be fair, or to be completely honest, I think her sister, Rina, is much better. Rina actually gets 3 rune spots, so, again, I'm kind of a sucker for those characters that have the 3 rune spots. I just think that, especially, later on in the game, they just get amazing. But that's not who I went with, so, is what it is. It probably actually would have been a decent idea to stop in, what is that northern town there? Couscous? Something like that, I think. And that is where, there's a blacksmith there that it probably would have been a good idea to stop in there first. Again, I don't know. I don't really know why I didn't. Probably didn't think about it, but he might have been able to sharpen some weapons. So the other thing is, I probably should have saved at the inn, in here in town, and then you know, had I not, well, like in this case, I didn't have any. Unfortunately, didn't have any rare finds there. So it actually probably would have been a smarter idea to save first and then check the shop and kind of just reset my game until, you know, some speed rings popped up, but I didn't. So, but anyways, all right. So this is Shu's house, or where Shu lives. Wait, what? Michael, there's something going on between you and Shu. That made no sense. Once again, really, really poor dialogue here. Either translation or, I mean, I think it's most likely a translation problem, but lives in a nice house. Yep, fair enough. So I think actually Nanami should have said something about Apple, like, oh, there's something between you and Shu, which there is. So again, that would have made more sense, but not really sure why. You know, probably easy mistake. Replace the hero's name with Apple's name, I guess. I don't know, I'm just saying. It's my theory anyway. But, alright, so anyways, Apple is trying to get Shu to join now. Shu is, yeah, he says he's just a trader, and he really isn't interested in who rules what. Nothing's better for business than a good war. It was good seeing you again, I'm sure. Wait, what? Again? Really bad translation there. Or, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay, so obviously Shu was, I should say, Apple and Shu studied under the same master, Matthew, or something like that. And it sounds like Shu got expelled for whatever reason. I don't know if we ever even find that out. And I don't think I'm interested enough to find out. But pretty important to know that they had some sort of falling out. Okay, so that guy, that NPC there, actually has a little clue about a person named Yoshino. Yoshino is actually the wife of Freed. And if you bring Freed to see her, she'll actually join you. I don't remember exactly at what point in the story you can do that. But I can't imagine it'll be much longer. Okay. Alright, so Shu, basically what you do here is go into the bar and then try to leave. And Shu will walk in and essentially make Apple beg. I'm leaving. I'm not thirsty anymore. Have you lost your pride as one of Matthew's disciples? Again, weird bit of dialogue there that, you know, Shu would even say something like that, being that he was expelled by him. I don't know, I guess it still maybe works, but it seems strange at best. Okay. Alright, so we need to just keep on keeping on here. We need to keep working on him. And I think at this point we need to enlist the help of, yes, this is Richmond. Richmond, for whatever reason, reminds me of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. It might be the shirt, because it looks like it's sort of pink, right? And then he's, you know, a private eye, you know, detective type figure. I think that it might just be the shirt. I think that's about all the two really have in common. Okay. Great soup. Try it. Okay. Alright, so we hire him to find a little bit of, dig up a bit of dirt on Shu. And basically now we'll be able to just head right to the inn. This is Labrant. I've mentioned him before. Oh, there's the Celadon urn. We'll actually need him, or actually I should say we'll need to take that Celadon urn, or a Celadon urn, to him later on in the game to get him to join us. Now, now that I've played, through most of the game, I actually have to say that farming the Celadon urn probably isn't really worth the time. And I say that because you can actually buy it from a trading post later on in one of the areas that we'll be able to get to. So again, I don't know. I actually don't think that farming that is the way to go. Again, it takes a lot of time to do it, and you can just straight up buy it. And cash really hasn't been an issue this entire game. So, all right. Anyways, speak to the innkeeper here, and you'll get to stay here in the inn. And Richmond shows up. I assume this is the middle of the night. Okay, there is an important trade at the port. If you wait at the bridge, you'll be able to get the jump on him. All right. Well, see you later. All right, so yeah, he definitely did his part. So let's ambush him at the bridge. This is weird too. Okay, so Apple. Either we'll give it to her. Maybe she was sleepy and didn't remember the conversation with Richmond the prior night. But weird. She acts like she has no idea about this deal that's about to go down. So again, I'm gonna take that as she was sleepy or something. So okay, she will come this way. So let's wait for him here. Let's do it. Let's do that. Starting to get cold, and who do we have but Shu himself? What's up, dog? How many people died? Do you even know? Yeah, this dialogue's horrible, sorry, but it's bad. I can't sit by and not say anything. I mean, he's really asking her straight up, can you even handle being a strategist? Really? I mean, yeah. It's what we studied for, so sure. Alright, anyway, so Shu here says that, he has this gold coin that he uses, which I assume is what is it, something about his when he's doing trades with some certain region. So that would I would assume that means that there isn't any more coins that an average person would have that would be like that coin. So if we're able to find that specific coin, he will join us. So kind of weird, a weird chore to say the least. And what we need to do here is speak with this NPC here, and whoops, I picked the wrong dialogue option there. What you want to do here is talk to him and ask him to close the sluice, whatever, to close this thing. Might give you a spanking. Oh, okay. Take that cute girl's advice. Wow, okay. So there's a couple of people that actually compliment Nanami throughout the game. I don't remember that. I thought everybody just kind of... Well, short of Camus. I should have said that. Camus treated her pretty well, too. So maybe it's just Victor that teases her. But anyways, alright, so this is Amada, and we're going to need to duel him in order to... prove our what? Strength. I'm losing track of what I was going for there. Yeah. I lost it. It's gone. It's too late at night, apparently. My brain don't think so good. Alright, I think I'm just going to go with wild attacks. To be fair, usually when you're doing these, you can tell what the character, much like in the other games, you can tell what they're going to do by listening to what they say. And, yeah, and you can kind of just go from there. But I would say, actually, one of the safer things to do is just always use the attack command. Because if they defend and you try to do a wild attack, you're going to potentially take a bunch of damage. Whereas if you just straight up attack, you'll still do some damage. And I mean, if they're defending, it's not going to do anything. The worry is that if your defense isn't very good and they use a wild attack and you just attack, well, you know, you're potentially not doing as much damage to them. So part of the duels is kind of, again, learning what they say before they're going to use a certain attack, because again, you can always tell what they're about to do by what they say beforehand. So if you're having any problems with the duels, again, keep that in mind. Although, God, I'm just trying to think of how many. There's not very many of them even in the game. There's maybe three duels. Like, there's victors. Oh, I'm sorry. You actually duel Amada twice, now that I think about it. And I know there's one more for sure later on. But, alright. Anyways, so we are searching for this coin in what I assume is freezing ice cold water. And then here, this is kind of interesting. Nanami here, kind of like, I mean, I assume she's lying here. Because she just, I don't know, either feels bad for Apple and doesn't want her to do this, or she doesn't want to do it herself. I don't really know. But, you know, she's like, oh no, Shu didn't throw the coin in the water. He switched it out with a rock at the last minute. And then Apple's like, no, he wouldn't do that. So, Shu wasn't even willing to give me a fair chance. I don't know, that's not true. I mean, but it's weird to... Like, he just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would do something quite like this, to, like, rely on this, I don't know, random weird act of almost chance, right? To decide whether or not he's going to fight. But, to be fair, he does see how, or, like, to the extents that Apple is going to get his help. So, I guess that's what it seems like to me. And then here, Shu kind of breaks the facade here, where he's, I don't know, either liked Apple or, you know, whatever. Not really sure what the exact nature of their relationship was, but he, I mean, again, he does kind of, I think, see how, you know, what she was willing to do, how determined she was to get Shu's help. So, all right. Anyways, apparently Shu knows a bit about Genkaku 2 right now. For saving Apple, might just have a chance to win this war. Okay, so he is officially, or he has officially joined now. Shu is amazing. I mean, in and out of. Well, I should say, okay, so he can actually be used in your, like, war battles or skirmishes or whatever the heck you want to call them. And I think he's got, it's both critical and evade. So he's incredibly powerful. And then on top of that, he's like, I don't know, like +2 to offense, +1 to defense or something like that. Or maybe it's even +3. So he's just, I mean, he's insanely good to have in, you know, one of your, you know, kind of offensive-oriented parties. But also... just as a strategist, he is amazing. So, kind of the type of guy that you want on your team. But, alright, so now that we have officially enlisted his help, we can move on, and I think we need to go back to the castle. I think, again, still would have been a decent idea to stop in at Cuscus, or whatever this town is up here, and check the blacksmith. To see if I can sharpen my weapons anymore. Oh, and maybe we'll do that. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Nailed it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, totally filled with water. Well, that's nice. Not really something I need to know, but okay. Alright, so Anita can go up to, what is it, 6? I think these, yeah, 6 is max here. Same with Hannah. To be fair now, I don't know that I'm going to be using Hannah that much more, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, alright, looks like everybody's up to 6, so good enough. Let's call it a day. Boy, now that I think about it, so, yes, I should have mentioned this earlier. Basically, when we go to recruit Shu, the game asks you who you want to take with. And at that point, I could have, if I didn't take Humphrey with, I could have gone to Cuscus, and there is a character there that I could have recruited, named Aulan, something like that. And she will only show up if it's the hero and a bunch of female characters. And, you know, obviously in a bit here we'll actually go and recruit her, but again, I could have actually recruited her sooner. But, you know, when I went to choose the characters that I wanted to take with to go recruit Shu, I had completely forgot about that. So, apologize. And actually, I mean, I absolutely love her, so I will grab her in a bit. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I couldn't get her that early, just because it doesn't actually look like, you know, most of the people that have been recruited are actually here. I could be wrong, though. I don't remember the exact requirements. But anyways, I'm out of time. So as always, hope the guides were helpful, and I hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.